Have you ever wondered if your personal data is being treated like a goldmine by AI services? Spoiler alert, it probably is. And the plot twist? You're handing it over willingly. You click I agree faster than you swipe on your ex's Instagram story, and voila! You've opened the door to a world of data collection that would make even the nosiest neighbor jealous. Welcome to How AI Services Might Be Misusing Your Personal Data, where we peel back the layers of this digital onion, show you what's really going on, and maybe make you cry a little. Let's start with the basics. You know AI services, right? The ones that help you answer emails, recommend your next favorite Netflix binge, or even generate hilarious memes on demand. They're everywhere, and we love them because they make life easier. But here's the deal. Just like that too good to be true free trial, there's a hidden cost. And that cost? Your data. Now, you might be thinking, okay, so they know what I search for. What's the big deal? Well, my friend, buckle up because the rabbit hole goes much deeper than you think. The data these AI services collect isn't limited to what you type. Oh no, they're like that overachieving student who goes above and beyond. They gather your location, browsing habits, voice tone, purchase history, and sometimes even your mood. Yes, your mood. That cheerful voice you use with your virtual assistant? They know when you're faking it. Creepy? Absolutely. Here's where things start to feel like a Netflix thriller. These AI systems aren't just collecting data to help you. They're also creating something called a user profile. Think of it as a digital clone of you, minus the bad hair days. This profile includes everything from your shopping habits to your favorite snack at 2 a.m. Looking at you, spicy chips. These profiles are incredibly detailed, sometimes even more than what your best friend or partner might know about you. And you're not the only one who can access this profile. Companies use it to sell you stuff, predict your behavior, and in some cases, sell the data to other companies. Yup, it's like your personal diary being photocopied and handed out to strangers at a convention. Feels invasive, doesn't it? Now let's get into the juicy part, how AI services might be misusing your data. First, there's the issue of consent. Ever hear the saying, it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission? That's basically the motto for some AI companies. Many of them train their algorithms on your data without explicitly asking for your approval. Sure, you technically agreed when you skimmed through their terms and conditions in 3 seconds. But did you really know what you were signing up for? Yeah, me neither. And let's talk about targeted advertising. You've seen it. You've lived it. You search for a coffee maker once, and suddenly every website you visit is trying to sell you artisanal coffee beans and novelty mugs that say, but first coffee. It's not magic. It's AI using your data to make educated guesses about what you'll buy next. While that might sound harmless, it's also eerily invasive. Your online persona becomes a product to be auctioned off to advertisers. Congratulations, you're now a digital celebrity, but instead of signing autographs, you're handing over your preferences, habits, and, let's face it, some embarrassing Google searches. But here's where things go from annoying to downright alarming: profiling. AI services can create detailed profiles of users, grouping you based on behavior, interests, or even perceived personality traits. These profiles can then be sold to third parties, like marketing firms or political campaigns. Imagine someone out there knowing your favorite snack, your love for cat videos, and your preferred voting habits all in one go. It's not just creepy, it's a little dystopian. You might think this only applies to big tech companies, but even smaller apps and services are getting in on the action. Remember that fun photo enhancement app that made you look like a glamorous supermodel? Yeah, that might have been harvesting your biometric data for a rainy day, or more likely, a future sale to advertisers or surveillance firms. Let's not forget about the free services we all love. You know the saying, if you're not paying for the product, you are the product? Well, it applies here. From chatbots to photo enhancement apps, the ones that don't cost you a penny often come with hidden costs. Your data. Large language models and recommendation engines, in particular, have been under scrutiny for their data-hungry practices. Just think about the apps you've downloaded for fun that suddenly ask for access to your contacts, location, and possibly your soul. And while we're on the topic, can we address the elephant in the room? AI tools that learn from user input? Some services explicitly use your data to improve their algorithms. In other words, every time you type something into that chatbot or virtual assistant, you might be helping it get smarter. But smarter at what? That's the part they don't always tell you. And the real kicker? Once your data is in their system, good luck getting it back. It's like trying to retrieve a text message you sent during a moment of questionable judgment. Impossible. Okay, so now that I've freaked you out a little, let's talk about solutions. Yes, there are ways to protect yourself, and no, it doesn't involve living off the grid in a cabin in the woods. Here are 3 simple steps you can take right now to regain control of your data. First, read the terms and conditions. Okay, I know, this sounds like punishment, but at least skim through the parts about data collection and usage. It's like checking the ingredients label before buying a snack. If you see something sketchy, you can opt out before committing. Second, opt out where possible. Many AI services now offer settings to limit data sharing. Sure, it might be buried in the depths of the app's settings menu, but it's worth digging for. Think of it like finding hidden treasure, but instead of gold, you're securing your privacy. Third, use privacy-focused tools. There are apps and browsers designed to prioritize your security and anonymity. Some even block trackers and ads automatically, so you can browse without feeling like you're being watched by Big Brother. And yes, these tools exist. They're not just myths whispered about on Reddit. If you're wondering why this matters so much, let me leave you with this thought. Your data isn't just numbers and facts. It's a story, a digital version of your life. And you deserve to control that story. So the next time you use an AI service, think twice before clicking I agree without a second thought. Because if you don't, someone else might be writing your story for you. And don't forget, there's power in awareness. By understanding how your data is used and sometimes misused, you can make smarter choices about which services to trust. Think of it like a relationship. You wouldn't hand your house keys to someone on the first date, right? So why give away your data without knowing the terms? Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, or even mildly unsettling, smash that like button. Not because I told you to, but because the algorithm will love it. And ironically, we're all playing this data game together. Got questions or a creepy AI story to share? Drop them in the comments below. Oh, and one last thing. Download tools like LogMeOnce to protect your passwords and passkeys. It's a small step with a big impact. Stay curious, stay cautious, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, happy data protecting.